Alright, testing. Okay, I think we are good. Alrighty. Okay, let's see. The true story behind Special Week. I wanna see it, and then have my food. And after that, I can replay deltarune, and I think that's pretty much the plans of today. Let me see. Yeah. Yeah, the reason why I released this stream is because I was playing the TV, get myself a free man. AI assistants? Well, I don't have that much. Well, boy, if you don't know how to code, you are kind of fucked. Like, Jesus Christ, I never seen Python in my life before, and then I have to see it. Like, goddamn. It was a freaking brain blocked. I don't know how people do it. But it was a good learning experience, though. And it's figure out how much my PC can handle and stuff. I can see why people love to get the GPUs. Now I can see it. Like trying to run a fucking language model? Maybe Ray is such a bitch. The CPU is not that good
On
at
the
it.
surface, the idea of famous racehorses being
Okay, let's
reborn
see.
as anime girls who run races and then perform idol concerts is a little strange. But the franchise Uma Musume
Yep.
Pretty Derby has become a massive cultural phenomenon. And right at the heart of it all is its original main character, a cheerful, endlessly hungry girl from the countryside named Special Week. Or Special Week. She might seem like your typical upbeat protagonist, but the real secret to her character and the reason she was chosen to launch this entire universe is that her story isn't really a work of fiction. What makes her so compelling is that the creators didn't have to invent a perfect hero's journey for her, they just had to find one that had already played out, year by year, on the racetracks of Japan. This is the story of how a real-life legend became the blueprint for an anime icon. This is the story of Special Week. So to really get why this character works and why she was chosen as the face of the franchise, you have to look at the actual horse. Because the story of the real Special Week isn't just a list of wins and losses. It is almost suspiciously well written. If you handed this horse's life story to a movie producer, they would probably tell you it was a little too little on the nose. It starts with the most classic element of any hero's journey, a tragic origin. His mother, a horse named Campaign Girl, passed away just 3 days after he was born. This left him as an orphan, having to be hand-fed by the farm staff just to survive. Now, an orphan story is already compelling, but it gets more specific. He was given a surrogate mother to raise him, which is common. What wasn't common was the surrogate they chose. She wasn't another thoroughbred, one of those sleek, elite race horses. She was a draft horse. Think of a big, sturdy horse used for farm work. That was his mom. So from his earliest days, he was an outsider. He was raised in a different environment by a mother of a completely different kind, away from the herds of other future champions. The creators of the anime didn't have to invent a compelling backstory about an outsider from the countryside trying to make it in the big city. They just had to copy and paste from reality, quite literally. Then you look at his family tree, what's called a pedigree in the horse world. It also reads like a perfect setup. His father, or sire, was a horse named Sunday Silence. To put it simply, he was an American champion who came to Japan and became the most dominant and important father of racehorses in the country's history. Being his son meant you were basically born into racing royalty, with massive expectations on your shoulders. But his mother's side of the family was pure Japanese racing legacy. Her family line traced all the way back to a very important ancestor named Shiraoki, a foundational mare, meaning she was like a great
Andres, daughter of
grandmother
Marzinski?
of a whole
Jesus
dynasty
Christ.
of
Okay.
Japanese winners. So you have this perfect fusion in his blood. The incredible power and speed from his legendary American father mixed with the deep history and stamina of a famous native Japanese family. It is a ready-made narrative of two worlds colliding to create something special. Or should I say, special week? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, brother,
That recognize voice you can't learn to
And that
what is
story
this?
arc pays off at the absolute peak of his career in the 1999 Japan Cup. The Japan Cup is a huge international race where Japan's best goes up against the top horses from all over the world. That year, the big challenger was a horse from Europe named Manju, who was considered the best in the world at the time. The stage was set for a classic us versus them showdown, and Special Week delivered. He won decisively, but the moment that
That's part of the
cemented his
anime. These
legend
guys
wasn't
are
just
super
crossing the
slow.
finish line, it was what his jockey, the famous Yutaka Take, said afterwards. He declared that he was proud to be Japanese. It turned a horse race into a moment of national pride. The orphan, born from this perfect blend of domestic and foreign blood, had defended Japan's honor on the world stage. You cannot
Man, he
write a
sounds
better
like a
climax
fucking
than that.
NPC,
A horse
to be
with a
honest.
storybook beginning had a storybook peak. But a hero isn't just defined by their greatest wins. In many ways, they are defined by their adversaries and the moments they fall short. Special Week raced in an era that became known as the Golden Generation,
That
which
X-Men
is
was
just a way of
looks like
saying he was
exactly like
surrounded by a
Rudolph.
particularly talented and
Looks like they
competitive
use
group
the
of
same
horses.
assets.
His story is completely tangled up with theirs. You had rivals like Seiun Sky, for example. He was a classic frontrunner, meaning his strategy was just to sprint to the lead right from the start and dare everyone else to catch him. This style gave Special Week a lot of trouble, and Seiun Sky actually beat him in 2 of the 3 races that make up Japan's Triple Crown, which are the most important races for
That
any
dude-
3-year-old horse. So right away, the idea that Special Week was some unstoppable force is off the table. He had clear challenges he couldn't always overcome, but his ultimate rival, his true nemesis, was another horse named Grass Wonder. The history between them is simple and brutal. Special Week never once beat Grass Wonder. In their 2 biggest races against each other, Grass Wonder won both. And there's people out there saying touching grass is an easy thing. And their final showdown
Wait, that's kind of hilarious
is the
story.
most
The
critical
anime
event in
scene of
Special
a
Week's
great human
entire
being.
history. It was the 1999 Arima Kinen. This was
But
the
God
last
destroyed.
race of his career, and also the last race of Grass Wonder's career. The final battle. The story couldn't be more
Who's
perfectly
dead?
set up. The race ends in one of the closest photo finishes you will ever see. 4 horses hit the line at almost the exact same time, and after a long review, the win was given to Grass Wonder. The margin of victory was later measured to be just 4 centimeters. 4
Damn.
centimeters. It is the ultimate
Still has
bittersweet
unable
ending.
to
In the
win.
final moment of his spectacular career,
guys,
he is
thank you for
denied
letting me
his
by. How you
storybook
doing?
victory against his greatest foe by the smallest possible margin. He retired with an unresolved goal, a final challenge that he failed to meet. And this single loose thread, this dramatic, painful, unresolved loss, is the most important piece of narrative fuel the creators of Uma Musume had. It is the ultimate what if, and as we will see, they would build their entire fantasy
That's what
around
has like a
answering that
really
question.
unique anime animation. When she
So you have
arts
this
at the end,
incredible life story, the tragic birth of an underdog journey, the climactic wins,
That looks
and the
very
heartbreaking final defeat. How do you turn all of that into a single, relatable anime character? Well, you translate it very
Completely
carefully, piece
ignore all
by
of them.
piece. Let's start with her core motivation in the anime. Her promise to become the best Uma Musume in
Then,
Japan for her
hello.
2 mothers.
How are you
This isn't
doing?
a random anime trope. It is a direct and frankly masterful adaptation of his real-life origin. The deceased birth mother in the show is his real mother, the horse campaign girl, and the kind human mother from the countryside who raises her. She is the stand-in for that surrogate draft horse and the human farmhands who actually raise the orphan. The creators took the core emotional truth of his birth, being an orphan raised by a different kind of mother, and made it the entire reason for the character's journey. It is a really sad backstory, but it is also her purpose. Once you have the motivation, you have the design of the character, and again, nothing is accidental. Her appearance is basically a visual biography. Take a look at her outfit. The prominent purple zigzag pattern on her skirt isn't a random design choice. It is pulled directly from the silks. That's the colorful uniform the jockey wears of her main real-life jockey, Yutaka Take. And then you have the 2 little golden clover medals that she wears on her top. Those represent her 4 biggest victories, what are called the grade 1 races. She is quite literally
why
wearing
only
the
that is
history
purple?
of the horse she is based on. Every key part of her legacy is
Wouldn't that make
encoded
sense
right
that she
there
has
in her
4?
design for anyone who knows where to look. But then you have the parts that are pure fiction. The most famous thing about the character of Special Week is probably her personality, right? She is cheerful, a little bit naive, and then she eats a lot. She is constantly thinking about food, especially carrots and giant bowls
Spaghetti
of
giants to
rice.
check.
Yo, this horse is very expensive to maintain. And the real horse was not really known for this. This trait is a complete invention. So why add it? Well, it serves a clear purpose. It makes her more relatable, more human. It provides some much needed comedic relief to balance out the very intense trauma of the races. It gives her a single endearing quirk that keeps her from being a one-dimensional, I wanna be the very best protagonist. But now that I think about it, almost every shonen protagonist loves Eden, so maybe it's trying to pander to that guy is something else. I mean, anyways, it is calculated choice by the writers to make her a more well-rounded and likable character, right? And it clearly works. So what am I to say? And this careful blend of translated fact and functional fiction that creates the final product. But building the character is only half of the battle. You also have to adapt her actual career with all of its triumphs and failures. And I think this is where Uma Musume Project shows its real genius. It retells the story, but it also actively engages with it. And in the most important moments, it rewrites it. The first and most significant example of this is in the anime, with the character Silent Suzuka. The real horse Silent Suzuka is a legend in his own right, but his story ends in tragedy. In the 1998 Tenno Sho race, he suffered a severe leg injury that was so catastrophic he had to be put down on the track. It is one of the most infamous and heartbreaking moments in the sport's history. The anime recreates this race. The injury happens. It is a tense, this girl has been on the spot. They make one crucial change. She survives. I think this is way better than a sad ending. They deliberately transformed this historical tragedy into a story about hope.
Yeah, but such
right? Becomes the central emotional challenge of the first season. It becomes the thing that forces Special Week to grow up and find a deeper reason to run. They took a real-world tragedy and turned it into a narrative pillar of resilience. It is a powerful what if. But the game takes this idea of rewriting history one step further. It gives the power to the player. The main story in the game builds towards that final fateful race we talked about, the 1999 Arimakinen.
I don't like how Grass
Special Week lost to his nemesis, Grass Wonder, by just 4 centimeters, right? The ultimate unresolved goal. When you get to this race in the game, it is the final challenge. And if you just play it out normally, you lose. History stays as it was. Final challenge. And if you just ultimate unresolved goal. When you get to this race in the game, it is the final challenge. And if you just play it out normally, you lose. History stays as it was. But if you have met certain difficult conditions as a player, if you have put in the work, something different happens. A special what if scenario unlocks. The scene plays out, the final stretch of the race. As the main theme song begins to swell, the camera focuses on Special Week. The words Japan Supreme Commander flash across the screen as she surges forward past Grass Wonder.
That is a good reason why I like it.
Or at least that is what the editor of this video is gonna do for you. This is an incredibly sophisticated way to tell a story. All the tension was built by the real-world history. All in the emotional weight comes from knowing about that 4-centimeter loss and the final triumphant release. The Cartasis is delivered through your direct interaction as a player. The game lets you watch the story and it lets you finish it. And that philosophy is the key to all of this. The story of Special Week, both the horse and the character, endures because it was a fundamentally perfect narrative from the very beginning. It already had all of the classic elements a writer could ask for. The tragic origin, the underdog rising against the elite, the sting of an unresolved rivalry, and that final triumphant moment on the world stage. The genius of Uma Musume creators wasn't that they had to invent a great story, it was that they recognized one that already existed in the real world. And they understood exactly how to translate it. They knew which parts of history to honor, which real-life tragedies to rewrite for the sake of a more hopeful emotional journey, and most importantly, which defeats to leave unresolved, so that the audience can be the one to finally claim the victory themselves. And in the end, Special Week serves as the perfect bridge. She connects the factual, sometimes complicated world of horse racing history with a simple, emotional, character-driven world out of anime. Her legend was born in the turf, but it was immortalized on the screen. And that is the end.
These things are more of really good. It's a real life story that's actually interesting to learn about.
I'll see you in the next one.
You know? Which makes it very cool. It's like battleships, like a war thunder or something. No, it's more like Azur Lane. You know, Azur Lane makes you want to learn about multiple ships, right? That's kind of very similar to it. Yeah, I didn't know Ida Stagiano was that good. Kata's on Black just screams. Every time. It's just if you guys see that anime, it's ridiculous to watch. Was that scholarship? Fucking meme. This thing is a meme. Yeah, look at her face. It looks like she's dying. Do you see that, Kata-san? Let's see it. I don't think I would get copyrighted on that. See this so much. See this guy's super sad. Jesus Christ. I think that's the final bit. I think it's Addie McKean. Let me translate it. Can I translate this? Yeah. Yep. Okay, Science doesn't have a translate feature. Bagging the best action RPG games like Fallen Feathers. Let's see it. Yeah, in a bit I'm gonna play, what's it called? Deltarune. So yesterday I took a break because I think I told you earlier because some people didn't know. I was trying to get an AI assistant, like a mother companion here to talk with the chat and stuff. But goddamn, it was a bitch to run. Like you need a 3090 for it, straight up. It got me a 3090 boys so I can get another character here. Why did they do that? This was the second time someone used this fucking weapon. Like, look at this. It charges that back. Misses completely. Looks like a dumbass. Why? That attack is such a shitty attack. It's gonna miss. That attack has like a 40% replay. Bonnie sword, I never seen this game before. Oh, by the way, did you guys able to give the game song? Not the game song, the Firefox song? Yeah, it looks like it's some good. What shadows? That's all gone, I think. Wait, this is both shadows? They look exactly like Upa. I thought it was Upa. haven't played Zero. There is so many gameplays coming out. I gotta play them.
You don't have a chance.
It is so... The language model you need to run an AI companion like that. That is even somewhat smart. It requires so much of VRAM. It doesn't need it. Gotta say GPU power, but it needs VRAM though. You know, I don't know what the hell is used to run it.
This little guy riding a mini motorcycle? That's actually a bearded dragon. With a thick body, big head, and rows of spiky scales around its neck and back, it might look a bit intimidating. But don't be fooled. Bearded dragons are surprisingly chill. They're super docile and won't attack humans, even when handled. They're also great at showing off quirky little behaviors. A bearded dragon will happily perch on your arm or shoulder and go wherever you go. They rarely get startled and even seem to enjoy being petted. If you catch yours nodding at you, that's actually a sign of affection or courtship, kind of their way of saying, hey, I like you. When it's shedding, it looks pretty wild, but don't pull at the loose skin. That process helps them get rid of parasites and stay healthy, so let it happen naturally. Beardies are omnivores, but they love high-protein bugs like crickets and dubia roaches. If you're feeding a young one, be extra careful about the size of the food. Something too big can easily
How the fuck this guy
get stuck in their throat and cause choking. This little guy riding a mini motor...
That's my question. Yeah, this guy is gone. He is so far gone. Lost walls. I actually used to watch him. This is the biggest game of Twitch. No, it's not. Well, Mostly has like 500 views now. Like that game fell apart from Twitch, at least. Like that game gets really boring after it doesn't have content a bit. Like they have the one contents allowed like every 2 weeks. You know? Like how many times you're gonna level up with the same horse? I think it's about time for deltarune. It's like my friend is not picking up. Oh, there is a two streamer now. We have a two time now. Let's go. Dun dun. No, I think I'm gonna finish up this game really fast. And I'm like in the last chapter, I think. Alright, give me a second. Jesus, today it was super hot. I don't know why. The climate itself is ridiculously hotter here. How about the climate over there? Don't hope you guys actually. Ever heard about the phenomenon called blazing hot? Blazing hot. Maybe I should get a fucking air conditioner at this point. Jesus. I want a window one. But yeah, those things last longer than the popular modern. That is hard. I think we are supposed to die on that one. Yep. Uh-uh. Yo, this is getting bloody. I'm gonna. Do you guys want to see my scuffly AI? I tried it. That's the best I can do. Let me see. If I launch it, I would probably really kill me. Let me see. I think I should get a better model. Wait, let me see. Hello, hello? Am I still alive? Okay, I am still alive. I gotta figure out a really good one to. Uh,
I am Alexa. I am an AI, a large language model created by Google. I can help you with a variety of tasks.
Yeah, that's the best I got. You can't do anything after that. What did I get? Technically that bullet, I think. But I think it doesn't really work well. I think.
I do know about deltarune. I have been trained on a massive dataset of text and code.
But yeah, it says activation by voice. But when does it activate? No, I don't think it activates like that. Yep, it's not even responding. Rest in peace, AI. Wait. Is that an enemy? Fuck. Why is speaking in Japanese? I'm gonna kill you about that. Okay. Doesn't seem like nothing is happening. Not coming further. But I think it's better to just play the game. Man, I think today's stream is gonna be really small. My eyes are just fucked up. I just messed up my eyes by hoping that I could get a gay company that easily. One of the reasons you need the Lackens is easy to run it. Another one is it's a pretty complicated code. It is such a shit ton of VRAM. Like a model that is even remotely decent, that you need like 8 gigs of VRAM to run it. Straight up. Like it doesn't use it, it just straight up pulls that area off your GPU. It just allocates it, so you cannot use it pretty much. Yeah, good luck running a game after that in a 3080 that has like 10 gigs of VRAM. Man, luck definitely has to play an important role in your life. Like Nvidia, I don't think in a million years thought of that their GPUs is gonna be the front end of the AI boom, you know? Like it definitely plays a major role, you know? Yeah, can't you make a light magic or something into this shit? So much about a mage. Am I supposed to escape from that? Yes, it just kills you. Give me some. Hello, hello. How you doing? I'm not made a socket here. Oh, but you super sleepy. No, what do you mean by low? So tired. I don't know why. Oh, bring it. Maybe it's just a very after for me. But that is true. I've been working on this like since yesterday to get an AI assistant, and I kinda lost my sleep over it. It kinda works, but not exactly the way I want it to be. But it was pretty cool to learn about it, I guess. Well, let's go. Do you wanna hear it? Let me show you. This is the thing I was trying to get.
I am an AI, a large language model created by Google.
Do you want to hear that?
With a variety of tasks.
I was live. Did you really sleep yesterday or not? I didn't sleep. Do you want to get the thing? Well, I don't hear any reply. Maybe it's a dog. I can just hear the scream myself. Give me a second. Give me a second.
It was good. Thanks for asking. It was good. Thanks for asking.
Yeah, you're not able to hear the AI? Yesterday I tried my baby upper ears, I see. Not sure what it is, but... Wait, isn't that my thing is not hearable? Wow. Yeah.
I am an AI, a large language model created by Google. I can help you with a variety of tasks.
What about now? I guess it's not working.
I am an AI, a large language model created by Google. I am designed to provide
And
information
nothing?
and complete tasks as instructed. I have been trained on a massive dataset of text and code.
I give up. I was too tired. Yeah, I'm gonna come back later. I just can't sleep. I wanna rest. Bye-bye. Maybe I'll sleep more and come back when I'm feeling better.